What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Chainlink. I've been a big fan of Chainlink for a while. In fact, I did my first video about Chainlink 2 years ago. And I've been bullish on Chainlink for a very long time. So I want to talk about everything that's going on with it because the price has been not great for a while. So let's get into it. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. Just the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. The first 26 coins I was invested in. If you'd have put $100 into each one of these when I release the videos and you're still holding those bags, you'd be in profit for a little over $38,000. It's not what I hold anymore. If you want to see what I hold, you can come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, and how I'm navigating the murky waters of this market at the moment. We've got crazy crap happening all over the world, whether it's high energy costs, high petrol costs, high inflation, increased interest rates, an impending war. All these things are happening right now, and it's making the market more uncertain than ever. So if you're unsure how to set up your portfolio, you're unsure how to prepare in case things go super bearish or super bullish, then come check out Copy My Crypto because I'll walk you through it. So there's Chainlink, guys. $3.32 when I first spoke about it. Now, Chainlink right now, I mean, fundamentally, it's the biggest and most successful Oracle service in all of crypto by a country mile. There's nothing close. And there's a lot to really look at. So fundamentally, I don't need to go into too much of a deep dive into what Chainlink is. Everyone knows what, well, anyone that's watching this presumably knows what an Oracle is. But when you look at the actual Chainlink ecosystem, it probably is tied with Ethereum in terms of the biggest ecosystem. Hell, it might have a bigger one. Fundamentally, Chainlink is the go-to Oracle for most crypto projects. It's trusted by damn near everyone. And the Chainlink ecosystem only continues to grow. Now, one thing that is true of the market, Bitcoin moves the market, Chainlink moves the Oracle market. So whether that's your API 3, whether that's Band, whether that's Modify, there are Chainlink is the daddy of all oracles, and right now, you know, nothing is overtaking Chainlink at all. It's just not going to happen. But what we have seen so far with regards to Chainlink is a few different situations. So there's about 17 or 16,600 addresses at loss for Chainlink. So when we look at it, you know, it's 10 months since its peak of like $52.30, which is about 4x from where it is right now. And as we can see, the lower trend line that is occurring has proved to be a strong support level for the coin. Despite multiple retests, Link has managed to close above it every time when it did. But now that is pretty much quite clearly a line of resistance. After dropping by 7.81%, Chainlink officially invalidated the 11% rise of the 28th of February. Now, we expected that February would be a bit of a relief month, and it was for a while. And then obviously everything with Russia and Ukraine kicked off. Now, 66% of all investors are in losses presently for Chainlink, out of which 16,000 have very little chance of witnessing recovery, as they would need 277% rise to recover from these losses. Now, my counterpoint would be that could still happen. That could comfortably still happen. Fundamentally, it has to, you know, it doesn't have to have that much of a rise. Yeah, 277% is not small, but it's exceptionally achievable in crypto. I mean, you've got to bear in mind that right now they have been developing. So right, on March 4th, Layer 2 cross-chain solution PhilSwan was awarded the Chainlink Filecoin grant. Using this grant, PhilSwan was creating a multi-chain data storage solution that allows smart contracts and Polygon to pull together funds for the storage of data on Filecoin. This reassures Chainlink is dedicated to developing the crypto space. This might favor Link's price in the long run. Of course it does. Every partnership does to some degree, because it's just showing the strength of the project itself. Now, obviously there is a long way to get back to the all-time high, 4x, basically, 4 times the price. But there is some hope, or certainly there's some hope in terms of patterns of behavior. So whales have grabbed $1.2 million in Link just since March began. So Whales Stats Crypto Tracker has announced that on March 3rd, 2 large crypto investors who keep most of their funds in Ethereum have added more crypto to their digital riches. One of them is an Ethereum whale, Kavoth, called after the main character of King Killer Chronicle trilogy. Who cares? This whale ranks 300th on the Whale Stats, purchased nearly 650,000 worth of Matic. And the second largest acquisition was made by an ETH whale without a name, but he bought the equivalent of $1.2 million in Chainlink. Why are whales making these moves? Well, fundamentally, whales see a long-term view, because whales aren't in it for a quick gain, for a quick 10%. They're looking for the long-term view, and the long-term view of Chainlink is it's going to end up cooperating with multiple businesses that start entering the blockchain space that need off-chain data solutions. Now, that obviously is a pretty big deal in terms of only one whale. But right now, when we look at Chainlink's 1-hour chart, the longer-term trend behind Link has been bearish for a while. It's got to keep retesting this downward trajectory, but when it has broken the downward trajectory, not on the 1 hour, but on the daily, it's broken and held for a little bit. The RSI has been below neutral zone for almost the entire March and the entirety of March. Over the last few days, there's been some bullish divergence, where we're seeing the prices rise while the RSI effectively is down. So the market structure has been bearish for a long time, particularly longer time frames. But the bullish divergence that has developed in the past few days, or certainly around then, could see Link bounce to $13 to $13.60. Selling pressure behind the coin is likely to see Link rejected at these resistance and move south once again. And obviously we've seen that because Link is hovering around 13.27. But in the past 7 days, we have seen it try to tackle that sort of upward $14 mark and even $15 mark, to be fair. But the $14 mark, there's constant rejections around 15, and there's been constant rejections around 14.5. So there's got to be like fundamentally a strong couple daily candles that close above that $14.50 mark. In terms of Chainlink as a project, I don't think there's a stronger, there's very few stronger projects out there. The upside of it is going to be smaller because the market cap is quite high. But it has hit 50 or $52.30 before, and achieving that again is certainly plausible. Remember that fundamentally one thing that is going to occur more and more over time is more businesses outside of crypto are going to start using more blockchain-based solutions and Oracle-based solutions. When you look at the potential for businesses to use these oracles, you're looking at, betting companies will probably require oracles down the line to be ahead of the game. Pretty much all casino services, to some degree, online casino services are going to use some level of oracle as well. And they're just 2 examples. Fundamentally, you're going to see that the oracle systems integrate into gaming a ton over the course of time as well. And you're going to see more and more oracles integrating with trading exchanges. So, this is a space that's going to grow. And what will be interesting is the amount that they grow when we start seeing projects that aren't in and around crypto utilizing them. That's when all of a sudden you start seeing the value behind these kind of projects, because why the hell aren't they going to appreciate in price when you're seeing like Bet365 as an example all of a sudden start using Chainlink. So Chainlink as well are finally rolling out staking for link holders to secure the network and earn rewards. Chainlink has been working on staking solutions for years. So Nazarov has explained that Chainlink does not produce blocks but makes consensus of hundreds of Oracle networks about price data. He says the team is finally satisfied with the security and scalability of the consensus mechanism and are ready to launch staking this year. Again, that's going to be a nice opportunity for anyone that's holding a lot of Link to start staking. The price, even just particularly buying up during a bear cycle and then staking, is going to be pretty much a guaranteed win, because in a bear cycle this will retrace again. Probably not to the lows that we're seeing when it launched of 17 cents or whatever, but low double digits we could see it, $4 or $5 potentially again, and that would be a really good entry point, buying in and then holding, because again, another bear cycle, you'd expect that it could feasibly tackle that $50 level down the line. There is always going to be a need for oracles, and with an ecosystem that Chainlink boasts, which is unbelievable. You look at 1,200 plus projects that use Chainlink. This is probably, it's got one of the biggest ecosystems in all of crypto. It's had very few issues compared to a number of projects out there. Obviously, one of the biggest issues in terms of hacks is Oracle networks getting exploited, but Chainlink's generally been on point. I think they've only had one or two instances where they were working with a crypto and the Oracle was manipulated, or the Oracle data was manipulated. Generally, they've been pretty goddamn solid, and they're working with the best projects around. So this is one definitely to have on your radar for a bear cycle, because it's just one of the safest, most sound investments, and it will inevitably retest those all-time highs. Now, whether that happens this year or in the next bull cycle down the line, it will, because it's such a solid project. So always one to have on your radar, and one I'm certainly bullish on during a bear cycle. I think this would be a lovely one to pick up, with huge upside potential. So yeah, keep it on your radar, guys. That's it from me anyway. Hope you're all keeping well. And if you are new to crypto, if you've been here a while and you're really unhappy with how you're balancing your portfolio, how you're managing the market, how you're dealing with the uncertainty in and around the insane amount of events that we've seen in the past 2 years that have screwed with all our lives, then come check out Copy My Crypto, because I talk about how I'm setting up my portfolio. I talk about how I tell you every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how my portfolio has been prepared for a bear or bull cycle, and what I'm doing, and what my next steps will be. If you want to know all of that, then click the link in the description and check it out, guys. Anyway, that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.